All-Star weekend is over. Everybody knows what's the word, Flea. The real season starts. That's why it's very important before the All-Star break, get your wins up. Knock down who you're supposed to knock down, pause, because you know second half of the season, it gears up, right? Our beloved Knicks. Flea, you have the schedule of the next 10 or so games. Chat, we need y'all to engage. We need y'all to really get down with this. As Flea always says, what team are we getting the second half of the season after the All-Star break? Is it the MVP level Brunson? Is it the All-NBA KAT MVP level KAT? Is it the DPOY candidate
OG Anunoby?
Is it the real Iron Man with some type of arsenal? Mikal Bridges?
Do we keep the K's? Do we keep the K's in KNICKS rehab for the remainder of the season? Do we do that? Are they going to play well enough for us to do that?
Exactly. So Flea, read off some of these games we have coming up and let's discuss. Are we a little nervous? Are we okay? And what team are we looking forward to the next half of this season?
Let's just finish out the month. Let's do that first before we jump into March. Let's finish out the month. For the month, we start on Thursday. You know we got a big one on Thursday against the Detroit Pistons.
Tomorrow night.
That's Thursday.
Oh, that's Thursday. Today is Tuesday. Excuse me. Thursday.
Slow down. We need as much rest as we need.
Hold on. No. You see, I ain't scared. Yeah, I'm rushing. Yeah.
You ready? You ready? Let's up it. You ready? So we got the Detroit Pistons on Thursday night, national TV. Then on Saturday, prime time at the Garden, we got the Houston Rockets. That'll be the first time we see Houston all season. Then we jump on the road for Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. We're at Chicago, at Cleveland, and then to finish off the month, we're at Milwaukee. So Detroit, Houston, Chicago, Cleveland, and Milwaukee. OG, I'm gonna hand the baton back over to you. 5 games. We'll go the first 5 games out of the after the All-Star break. Again, we got Detroit, Houston, at Chicago, at Cleveland, at Milwaukee. What's our record after those first 5 games? And what are you expecting for us? How do you expect us to start the second half of the season?
First and foremost, I got to give a shout out. This is my big bro, Van. In there's LeVan Woodson. Me and his family have known each other since I was like a kid. I'm talking about 8, 9, 10 years old. So for him to pull up on YouTube, because it's very difficult for everybody that follow us on IG to come over to YouTube. So V, it's my brother Van. Love you to death. Appreciate you showing up and pulling up.
I love to see that. Big shout out to Van, man. Big shout out.
We should 5-game stretch. I'm gonna say 4-1.
4-1.
Yes.
You expect us to play some good basketball then?
Yes, I do. I think by then, remember, we just had a lot of rest, right? And after the All-Star break, we don't play till Thursday. So my opinion, OG and Josh Hart, what's up with them? Now, you know, if the injury reports say they're not healthy and they're not ready to play, then I gotta walk that back a little bit. But I'm guessing everybody should be healthy except Deuce. We just acquired, right? Sohan. Alvarado is gearing up. So for me, I think we beat Detroit. We owe them an ass kicking. We know Thursday night is very important. We're gonna discuss that tomorrow for sure. That's probably gonna be the whole show.
That's the whole show. That's the whole show.
I'm not impressed with Houston. Let me just be honest with you.
You started there at the beginning of the season.
I'm not impressed
there
with
at the beginning of the season.
Yes, I'm not impressed with Houston. We already know Milwaukee and Chicago. That should be an easy. Those should be 2 easy. Those should be lock-ins, Flea. Listen, just my opinion.
It's fucking Knicks, man.
I know, but for me, the one loss is the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm gonna be honest. That James Harden edition is a little spooky right now. Now I understand how people may feel in the playoffs, right? We all know how Harden does, but I'm just saying for me, this is a new look Cleveland Cavaliers. So I don't know how our scouting report is gonna be, right? We played Detroit already. Like I said, Houston, I'm not paying them no mind. Listen, Sengun is great. We got Big Mitch, right? So miss me with all of that. But for me, I think the only legit threat in those 5 games to finish out the month, I'm gonna go with Cleveland, Fleet. I think James Harden makes Cleveland that much more legit. So whatever we had them at, to me, he puts them a notch a bit up. So if we had them flaming out in the second round, I think James Harden can be the guy to get them over the hump. That's of course only less.
They 3-0 with him. First 3 games, they 3-0 with him.
But have you watched those 3 games?
I watched 1. I did not watch 3. I watched 1, and
they look impressively.
They look good together. They look good together. I can't act like I didn't like what I saw. I was like, damn, that looks pretty good.
Right. So for me, Flea, before I let you cook, us, we stay in the moment, right? And we have to be honest. The Cleveland Cavaliers look legit. Now, of course, I'm taking my Knicks. I think we have a better roster once we're fully healthy. But in those 5 games to finish out the month of February, like I said, I think we should go 4-1. If we go 3-2, I'm not mad, depending on the 2 losses. Like I said, Flea, if they dog fights, if it goes down to the wire, if we miss a big shot or a team hits a unbelievable shot against us to get the win, or if it, like I said, just a dog fight, then I can live with that. But I can't live with no more blowouts. Mike Brown
can't get bumped by 30.
Flea, I can't live with no more blowouts. So for me, I think these next 5 games, I think we should be 4-1. And I think how we're going to look, I think we're going to look very well. I think we've been passing the ball a lot. Brunson's been getting off the ball. We've been in transition. The pace of the game's been getting much better, picking it up. And like I said,
playing fast.
Right. So for me, I'm going 4-1, Flea.
4-1. Okay, I like that. Let's give some historical perspective to this a little bit, OG. Last year, after the All-Star break, first 5 games was Chicago, at Cleveland, at Boston, Philly, and at Memphis. We went 3-2.
And real quick, Flea, in 3-2, I don't mean to cut you off. Those teams you just named, what were the rosters? Was everybody healthy? Remember, Philly Cleveland was on fire. So go ahead.
Let's take a peek. So we beat Chicago in overtime, but we lost to Cleveland and Boston on back-to-back nights. Cleveland beat us. I don't know if y'all remember Cleveland beating us by 40,000 last year.
I remember that.
In Cleveland, they beat us by a ton. And then that next game, we lost to, hold on, let me pull it up, y'all. I got y'all. Let me pull it up. That next game, we lost to Boston, and we lost handedly too. In Boston, that's a Saturday afternoon game, and Tatum and Brown both have decent games. Tatum almost has a triple-double. So after the All-Star break last year, we started 3-2. I think Thursday is the toughest game, OG. Thursday's the toughest game. We got to be on. I
disagree.
Okay.
I think Houston and Cleveland, I'm going to let you finish, and we can respond to that as well. I think Houston and Cleveland is going to be tough games as well. I don't think it's just going to be Detroit.
Here's the thing. If you playing for the Knicks and you know that you got your ass kicked by 30 the last 2 times you've seen Detroit, they come into our crib now. It's the first time they come into the Garden. They got a ton of confidence. Everybody around the world feels like Detroit is the team to beat this year. I don't know, but that's the conversation all across the basketball world. They come into the Garden and we beat the shit out. That's what we need to do. We need to kill them. We need to kill them.
Hey, Flea, I don't mind if we go 1-4 as long as we beat the fucking
niggas, right? As long as we beat them niggas. But no, in all honesty, I think that for me, the most realistic record is going to be 3-2. I think the first 2 games, to be honest, are going to be tough games. I know you're not very high on Houston. I'm not very high on Houston either. But what I do know is Houston is a big team. Houston's a big team. They long, and they can match us in terms of how we do so well on the glass, right? I think Houston leads the league in rebounding right now.
Yeah, they tough on the boards.
Yeah, they tough on the board. Steven Adams is down now, so they don't have him anymore. But when they got a lineup out there of Thompson and Jabari Smith and and KD and Sengun, and it's long, it's athleticism. It just gives me cause to pause, and I want to see us win that game. I haven't seen us play well against Detroit, so I'm interested in seeing how we going bounce back against Detroit. What you got?
Hold on, stay right there.
Yep.
How would you feel about Mike Brown, which I know you're not a big fan of him, but how would you feel in chat? Chat, we need y'all to engage heavy, as y'all always do. Love y'all, hit that like button, share, like, subscribe, become members, do it all. Pause, right?
Everything got to do.
But chat, we need y'all to respond to this as well. But Flea, I got to ask you. Coming out after the All-Star break, Knicks lose the first 2 games. Yep. Give me your thoughts on Mike Brown, because we can't ignore that, right? If Mike Brown loses the first 2 games after the All-Star break, Flea, you have to give me your opinion on your thoughts on him.
Mike Brown should have never been the head coach of this basketball team. So I'm going to stay consistent and stay there. But I ain't going to go back. East Blue Drew always gets mad at me when I go back to talk about my guy Tibbs, so I ain't going to do that to our guy Drew. But you lose the first 2 games after the All-Star break. Forget the first 2 games. You lose to Detroit again after the break, after some rest. There's questions. There's concerns. I don't think Mike Brown gets fired. I think he's good now, OG. He's good now.
I'll respond to that. I will respond to that.
Wait a minute. 50-plus games in, we're coming after the All-Star break, and now we're in the home stretch on our way to the playoffs. You think at some point Mike Brown could still get fired?
I mean, if I'm not saying during the season, but you're saying that he right. If
I'm saying he's safe right now, like throughout the rest of the season. I'm not saying summertime. Right now,
cool.
He's not
all right.
You're not going to fire him.
So you got to be very specific with me, because what I said in the beginning
with an SP.
Right. Listen, even if I said Pacific, so what? Fuck y'all going to do about it, right?
Specific with an SP.
Specific. Because what I said in the beginning of the season, Flea, if he doesn't do this thing correctly, he will be fired. Flea, if we come out the All-Star break and we get thumped, that's your word, and we get dog walked, as you say, against the Detroit Pistons again, and then let's just say playoffs, we're not in the finals or a dog fight in the conference finals, he gets fired easily. It's not even a question.
There's a lot of pressure on him. We're talking about finals. We're talking about coming out of the Eastern. We was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Obviously, we feel like we got out-coached and all that kind of thing. Rick Carlisle ran circles around Tibbs and all that kind of stuff, for sure. But we make the coaching change. Our roster is where we need it to be. Mike Brown, it's on you now. We know what we expect from the guys, but we know what we expect from coaches when it comes to playoff time. We know we expect them to make adjustments. We know we expect them to look at matchups. We expect them to coach. Throughout the year, you're going to rely a lot on your players, right? Guys have phenomenal years. We rely strictly on the players. But when we get into a 2-week, 7-game series, you got to win 4 before the other team wins 4. That's coaching. That's when we see what type of coach he is. So, he loses to Detroit to start the second half of the season. That's a problem for me. We should take this next game very personal. Detroit Pistons fans are very confident, as they should be.
Right.
They're the talk of the town right now because they're the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. So they've earned all the preliminary respect they're getting right now. But we know what the real season starts. We know what it looks like when it's time for winning time. And the last time it was winning time, we kicked their ass. And so now it's starting to build up to winning time. We got to start getting some signature wins, some wins that say we ready for the playoffs. So I'm going 3-2 for the record after the All-Star break to start it, the first 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, in chat, we need y'all to get into this conversation. What record do y'all think we'll have coming out the All-Star break, finishing out the month of February? Right? Flea gave y'all the first 5 games, the first 5 teams we're going to play. Please put in that chat what y'all think our record should be, right? Just because to me, that's a different question. It don't matter what we want, what you think it should be. And for me, Flea, I hear what you're saying. And no matter what, we have to beat Detroit Thursday night. To start off the second half of the season with a big win against Detroit would say a lot for us. And it would say a lot about Mike Brown, Brunson, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Like, and I think, to me, you cannot lose to the Detroit Pistons 3-4 times in a season and you looking like an AAU team going against a college team. That's what they make us look like, right? Let's be for real.
Last two games, they've been kicking our ass.
Right.
So.
We have to be honest. So for me, I get what you're saying. Mike Brown can't come out after the All-Star break and lose the first 2 games. He cannot. If he does that,
it's a tone setter, though. It's a tone setter. So if he does that, what are you saying? What do you say? If he does that, and now we're 35-22, because what are we right now? 30 and 35 and 20. We start the second half. We lose back-to-back games. We'll be 35-22.
Flee.
You walking him out the door?
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
Deja un like, comentario.
Y suscribe.